See.
Okay, we're live now.
Ooh. It's me and
Okay,
you.
so I'm just trying to set up where I can. Oh, there it is. Okay. Comments. Wait a minute. Comments. All right, here we go. Yep, I can see it now.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I should put my keyboard better in front of me too,
Okay.
so I can actually type there. Perfect. All right.
So it's cool to hang out. It's really cool to hang out. I remember one time I was in a chat and we were talking spirituality in the chat, and you were like, "Hey, Holy Rogue, let's talk. This will be fun." And well, here we are. We're finally up to it, and we're just here to chat and have some fun, talk about whatever. It's been a while for me. Hey, Irish, great to see you.
Irish.
Hey, I finally saw a picture of you. Your new thumbnail or whatever you call it.
Okay.
And it's cool. It's nice to see you.
Yeah. When I first started, I had a totally different picture on, and I had a totally different name. I kind of lurked around in like in Doug's chats when I first found this community.
Oh yeah, Doug was amazing.
And a little bit in the growing up in Scientology one, just because it's so big, right?
I was too at the time.
Had the most exposure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I got interested in it because I was kind of I've always been into like true crime, cult sort of things, like not heavily, but just like mildly, like, oh, interesting. But then,
it's a huge audience. Yeah.
It really is.
It really is.
And there's so many different aspects of it too that people can get into.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just cut you off there.
No, that's okay.
Oh my God,
we can do that. It's okay. We both got the spicy brains, and we can interrupt each other if
okay, that's cool.
When it's appropriate.
I appreciate that.
All right. Yeah. So I lost what I was going to say.
No, it's okay. Hey, you know what? We're two of the same. So
yeah,
I would say that you were talking about how you kind of your perspective on Scientology and the true crime.
Yes, right. So I had, of course, heard of Scientology before, but not much more than just what was on South Park, right?
Okay,
which was surprisingly accurate.
Well, let me ask you this though, right? Because I was in Scientology. I was on staff when that came out.
Yeah,
and we were like, no, you better not look at it, and we believed that it was an evil attack. It was a make-believe lie, and I didn't look at it. I didn't want to. Yeah. So when you saw it as a person never in Scientology, when you saw it, were you like, is that real? Or were you convinced? Like, how did you think about it?
Well, I knew that, like, I'd watched South Park for a long time then, like, since it had started, right? Pretty much. I grew up with it, essentially, in teenagehood. So I heard, like, most of the stuff that they joke about and make fun of is, like, real things. So I figured there was at least a good element of truth to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool though. That's cool to have that effect, because I didn't really know the effect it had on people at the time.
We were all kind of like, this is kind of weird, bro.
Yeah.
That's about it, right?
That's cool.
Like, the media focuses on the weirdness of it, and they kind of gloss over all the abuses and the roughness and the harshness of it.
Right. By knowing and exposing, I have to let you know this. If you probably know it by now. Exposing OT3 is like a huge issue.
Yeah,
huge problem.
I've heard that.
And hardcore, because that's the carrot that people chase. And when people find out how fucking stupid it is, they just go like, wow, do I really want to chase that? Doubt sets in. And dude, that's why they policed it so hard.
Yeah.
And so that was before major YouTubing and everything like that. South Park really put it out there for the first time in the biggest audience.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's quite the exposure, quite the truth.
Yeah. And other than that,
Thanks,
the only exposure I'd had was Tom Cruise jumping on a couch, right?
Oh yeah,
But
it's funny. It's sharing perspectives because when I was
oh,
exposed to that
thank
on
you,
staff.
Chi. Sorry, thank you, Chi. I love you.
I know
She's
she's
going to
awesome.
share the stream.
Yeah, she is great. She is wonderful.
Absolutely.
So I shit. Where was I?
Scientology media.
Oh yeah. So
Mhm.
when Tom Cruise jumped on the couch, Scientologists didn't think shit about it. They were like, "Well, he's happy, man. He's high toned." The
Yeah.
guys know what we thought. We were so we thought like the guy's tone 40. The guy's to the roof because he's an OT7, or at the
Yeah.
time I think he was on OT7,
Right.
and then which is auditing all these body thetans and bullshit. And he's just fucking manic, man.
Yeah, I heard that. Was it 7 or was it 6? That was like really, really hard on the psyche.
Seven is, I know,
7?
seven can
Yeah.
take fucking years.
Yeah. Like
I can't
hearing
remember what it was
Doug
about.
Doug talking about it, it was like a lot of self auditing,
No,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
you have to self
Yeah.
audit. You hold the
Yeah.
can and you self
Yeah.
audit, and you're auditing
Oh, the key.
body thetans, right?
Yeah.
Which are, in truth, for me, in truth, are just delusion. He
Yeah.
set up such a trap.
Mhm.
Imagine making somebody remove evil spirits in your body that's not there. But we're talking like thousands. We're not talking just a few.
Yeah.
So they're going there for years communicating with whatever the fuck they're communicating with,
Mhm.
themselves or
Yeah.
something else. I really don't know, to be quite honest, but I don't
Mhm.
think it's true. And what a fucking trap, man.
Oh,
What a
absolutely.
disgusting, evil trap.
Yeah.
Um, Lafayette would talk about theta traps in
Mhm.
his work.
Okay.
So theta traps, he called a thetan a spirit. A spirit was a thetan in his terminology because cults have to have their own terminology. So he
Mhm.
made all these words into just new words.
Okay.
And so help me out. Sorry.
The geese. So, his theta traps.
Oh yeah, so the theta traps. He would say like all these whole track things, like everything that happened like millions and trillions of years ago, and how thetans had battles with each other in
Right.
space. Like we were
Mhm.
huge. We were like fucking. Um, God, I'm trying to think of the superhero that takes over the galaxy or whatever, but he was like hardcore, man, like
Yeah.
Adam Warlock or something, you know.
Mhm.
So you get this image like that was me, right? You get convinced like everybody went through that. You
Yeah.
too. And he talked about theta traps in his lectures.
Is this
Uh,
cellular memory?
yeah, he'd be like, careful, they get you in a lock, and
Mhm.
they this is how they trick you, and he goes into fucking detail, and it's just a
Yeah.
psychological weird thing.
Yeah.
That's what he's got us in. That's not us. I'm sorry, but that's what he's got those people in. It's a
Sorry, I'm
real
listening.
pain in
I'm
the
just
ass.
grabbing a blanket. One sec.
That's cool.
I'm just
Hey,
right here.
T, I'm just gonna look at what you're writing here.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, exactly, T. Right?
Nice.
If it's clear, we're here to audit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was so bad, man. I mean, so evil. So
Really
evil.
was. But
So, I'm kind of just rambling. You guys are
why?
cool with that.
Why sell science fiction for a penny a word when you could
Yeah.
make a religion
Yep.
and get
But
rich?
he had the drive to do it, and he had the imagination to do it. He was psychotic.
Mhm. He
He
really
was
was.
he was psychotic. He was very
Yeah.
delusional.
We've
But he
been
was
going.
also evil too. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't wait till there's like an actual true story about what's going on. you know? Yeah, he was a total nutcase.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. It's fucked up, but he's one of those like mad geniuses that we've lived through,
Yeah.
and look what he's created now. It's such a cancer, such
Yes.
a cancer. And he created that. He's a fucking mad genius. He's an evil genius. And it sucks.
It's like quicksand. Like the more you struggle, the more it sucks you in.
hmm It's nuts. So, hey, I've been talking
It
a
is,
lot.
yeah.
How about you do some talking if you want to?
Okay, fine.
if you want to. If you want to.
um so yeah, I know. I came from I'll talk about my background a little bit. My family wasn't really religious or anything,
Yep.
but they were very open to it. Like, if you want to go to church, sure, let's go to church. If you want to go. We joined like the church youth group for a while. Uh, I went to church when I was beginning high school before I started to see a lot of hypocrisy about like
Yeah.
LGBTQ rights and stuff
Tons,
like that.
tons of it.
And
Yeah, tons of it.
I was just like, nope.
I agree with you. Yeah, I was doing that same.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then I kind of just sort of do my own thing from there. I call myself spiritual, but not religious. Like I believe in
Sure.
like spirits and energy and like maybe higher powers in other dimensions. Who knows what they are? Is
Sure.
it God?
Yeah.
Is it another
Hey,
ethereal
what's
being?
funny is that there are things that we don't know that we don't know.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Like, dude, this shit that's unexistent, in existence, whatever, to your mind and to your
Mhm.
conception. And you think you know it all, but you don't, you know? We do
In
as a human
theta.
race. We think we know what the limits are, but
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Like I come to it from a sciencey perspective, like the law of conservation of energy. There's no elimination of it. It's just changed form.
yeah,
You know.
right,
So
right.
I believe that that's what happens with us. Like our energy changes form in
Yep.
spiritual, and like
Yeah, I believe that
I'm
too.
sure there'll be ways to actually detect more things and be able to learn more about it in the future. Although I heard that some
Well,
scientists did
AI will, hell yeah, I will
see
do that
some
too.
evidence of possibly like a soul consciousness, like as it was leaving the body.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, I thought that
Right.
was really interesting. So I
Yeah,
think a lot of things could be explained by science. We just don't know how yet.
I agree. I agree. And science, what science should be, it's science being
Hmm.
exact measurements
It's
and what
science,
have you.
bro.
Yeah. You have theoretical science, which is good to see because having
Hmm.
a probability is important, I think.
Yeah.
Having an idea of how it may have started or how it looks like
Hmm.
logically, that's important.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah. And like I'm going to take antibiotics if I have an infection, but you know what? If I have an upset tummy, maybe I'll make some peppermint tea, do some herbal
Yeah,
stuff. No.
right, right, right.
Gotta have.
We are walking electricity. We don't really ever die.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see
exactly.
that. I can see it.
I like that.
hmm Yeah, I know. I like that too. Walking electricity. A good image.
The electric flesh.
Yeah. Skeleton, electric skeleton.
Yep.
Hey, what's up,
Hi.
Miriam? Hey, we're just hanging out and chatting.
Yep. Oh, I
So
realized.
Nico, I saw that you did some protesting. I looked
Yeah,
at
a little
the.
bit.
That's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. The org here is really, really small,
Where are you again?
and Edmonton, Alberta.
Wow.
Yeah. So last year, I don't know if you've seen my earliest videos when I actually went into the org and talked to them.
Damn, those
Um,
beats are going nuts.
they are.
Wow. Must
Do
be
you have a
mating
pond right there?
season. I don't know.
I
One
heard some
chased the
out by
other
my
away.
house too, but those guys are going crazy where you are.
Woo! Yeah, one chased the other one away. Like
Yeah.
who knows?
Nice.
Who's calling? Uh,
Um, so yeah, I went to the org. Actually, I'd love to go like through my videos with somebody like from who was an ex-org, or ex-Scientology member, like to kind of pick out things that I don't pick up on.
sure.
But
Yeah.
but I was like super new to the community
Like
when I
me too.
posted it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But some things I learned, there's only about 20 or 30 people in Edmonton practicing. Um,
30. How many?
20 or 30.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, total.
Did you take the
They
count?
were,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, they
Good job.
uh,
Oh,
they had a sign up for recruiting for the Ideal org when I first went there, and they were on full hours then. And then
yeah.
I don't know if they just do it through the winter or not, but they had foundation hours right now.
Just
So just
foundation?
evenings during the week and then daytime during the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. That was foundation. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then I'm like, did they lose people?
Yeah, of course. People, what
Hopefully.
happens on staff
Hmm.
a lot,
Yeah.
from my experience, was you'd have the recovery list of
Hmm.
people you have to call to get into the org because they bought services a lot of times years ago, or
Yeah.
even months ago, and you're like, "Hey, Joe,
True.
hey, I can't reach you. Like, hey, here's another message," and he's like, "I just don't want to fucking go there." And they're
Yeah.
on this list, and you have to
Yeah.
try to fucking convince them. And they use the mindset on the public that they have overts and withholds.
Yeah.
They have withholding sins or whatever. That's why they don't want to come
Yeah.
in. And it's never their fault. It's so
Because then
fucked
they
up.
have to pay for more auditing, right?
Some do, some don't. There's like free
Yeah.
services where like you can just get an
Yeah.
ARC break session, like any upsets, and try to smooth it out, love bomb you.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's wild. She has a question. Hold on
Yeah.
here. Oh, look at that. Best way to engage a Scientologist, I've said, isn't to ask if they're a Scientologist, but if they're on course. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Hmm.
Because why I like that is it puts the person in a different mindset. Like, oh, here's this a troublemaker, but like, hey, are you on course? Some of them might say yes because they feel they have to defend Scientology. If they say
Hmm.
no, that's backing away.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's the same
Yeah.
thing as asking if it's a Scientologist, but I just think it's a more personal question. Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay. What course are you on?
Yeah.
Instead of, um, you're a Scientologist,
What's your
and
religion? It's
and
it's
hit
kind
him,
of
hit
more
him with
that's more
something hard,
abrasive. And the other
hit him
one's
with something hard.
more like you're already in with them, like communication wise.
Right, right. It just seems
Yeah.
more gentle, I think,
Hmm.
or a new
Absolutely.
approach. New approach. I like
Yeah.
that idea, Chi. I like it. Yeah,
Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah. And
Yeah, that's
I'd like
probably
to see
exactly
that
why.
tried. If anyone here watching this is going out to protest, hey, try it out and see if you get some more responses.
Yeah.
And the follow up questions will be needed too.
Hmm.
Like, And what if they say yes? What are you going to ask? Yeah, what are you going to say? What's your objective in asking the question?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that will
Yep.
just sort itself out.
Yep.
If you, yeah.
Because they're very naturally suspicious because of the teachings.
Hey, Chi, that's awesome, Chi. Thank you.
Yeah. There is. Some people don't believe that there is chi, but there really is a brain behind that beautiful, filthy
Of
mouth.
course. Oh, she has a great brain. She can wield that humor so well. You
Yep.
need a good brain to do that.
Yep.
And you're tough, man.
Absolutely.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I went there in December on Lisa McPherson's passing anniversary.
Well,
Um, it was just sort of on a whim. Keela was doing a live, and I was like, "Hey, if I just take it's 45 minutes, and I'm there." And I made up a little sign that just said who she was and when she passed and why she
nice,
passed. Yeah.
nice.
And for the
Yeah.
first time, I pulled blind tech. I was so excited and
Oh,
happy.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
they just
Oh man, you know what that is,
closed
man?
right down.
You just finished your first mission. You got some
I
XP for
know.
that. You got some
I
XP.
was so excited.
Yeah, that is so cool. That is
I
so
had to
cool.
clip it from Keela's stream.
Really,
It
really
was
well
on
done.
it was on the Mental Health Matters Lisa
Yep.
McPherson one. Yeah.
Mhm. Wow. So I was on staff when.
Is it defaced again?
Oh no way!
What?
Come on. I remember when
No.
Aaron was,
No chance.
showed his good side,
Yeah.
and he actually painted that.
I thought that
And
was really
that was
awesome.
the light side of Aaron, and he should
Yeah.
show more of that shit, but he doesn't. I'm just talking, honestly.
Yeah.
It'd be nice
No,
to see
that
your
was
light side.
a really sweet gesture for her,
It
and
was
I
nice.
really love that.
Yeah, thank you. And then,
Oh yeah, that's true. It does happen frequently. But I'm pretty sure he put like some sort of like top coat on it too.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Wow, can you imagine that?
That's just disgusting.
It is. Um, I was on staff when Lisa McPherson happened, and I was just little, you know, clueless kid in a cult. I
Yeah.
was in my early 20s, and um,
Were you in
it was
Clearwater too or somewhere else?
no, I was in Boston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was a staff member. I wasn't Sea Org. And so we're at a muster in the beginning, and they count everybody, make sure everyone's there. It's so
Yeah.
serious. And then a Sea Org member's there, young as hell. Like she's, I guess, 18. She's
Mhm.
really fucking young. And she's serious as hell. She's talking like a general, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, imagine that, an 18-year-old, like just like barking these fucking things.
Mm. Yeah.
It's just weird, man. And we have people who are old, young, and we have all kinds of people. It's
Oh
just so
man.
weird. And so she's like, there is I don't know the exact words. Okay. I
Mhm.
can tell you the concept. But she said, uh, there's a false accusation going out about this woman. She died of a blood clot.
Mm.
They say, oh, she died of a blood clot, and it was undetected, and it just went, undetected, and boom. And that was the line they gave us, and that
Wow.
was what I was fed, and I believed it.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, you didn't have reason to question it at that
Bye,
time,
Chi.
right?
I'm sorry, one moment. Bye, Chi.
Yeah.
Have fun at work.
Okay.
Okay. All right,
Whitney
Chi.
Mills and Kyle McPherson, or Kyle
Oh, hell
Brennan. Sorry,
yeah.
Kyle Brennan.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Whitney Mills is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. I could, that's the one who lit herself on fire, right?
Believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OT8. OT8 that says, I'm in self-destruct mode. Like
Oof.
I'm out.
Yeah.
She burned herself because around Hubbard, Lafayette, he says it's best to burn your body, like be cremated, because thetans can get stuck in a body, and you don't want to be stuck underground, right? Like you don't want to be stuck in a body that you can't leave. That's
Yeah. Just hanging
decaying.
out with his body
Like,
thetans all eternity.
oh my god! So that puts
Poor
a person
girl.
like who's a hardcore Scientologist. Like, yeah, I need to be cremated. So she lit herself
Mm-hmm.
on fire, but couldn't take it and shot herself. That's my theory of the
Yeah.
event. And
Yeah.
just unbelievable. Yeah,
And
drop
then
the body.
if she's found shot, they probably just insurance. Just really
Oh,
freaking sad.
yeah, man, really bad. And she was an upstat person, as they love the fucking word upstat. Like you have to either be upstat or downstat. You're neither.
Yeah.
Like if your emergency, which they use as a condition, if
Mm-hmm.
your production is the same going through time, then
Mm-hmm.
you're downstat.
Yeah.
And it's like you're either good or bad.
Yeah. And it's always more, more, more.
Yeah.
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 I didn't go through that kind of experience, but I did go through like a very like controlling relationship with a narcissist, or
Oh,
what I
shit.
assume is a narcissist.
Okay.
We were
Yeah.
together for about 13 years before I left.
Well,
I've been out for about, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8 years now, which is awesome.
wow. That is
Yep.
very nice.
It's been a big, big journey.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah.
do you feel safe?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Yep.
wonderful. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
wonderful.
No, I'm at, right now, I'm at the best place I have been, like probably ever.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. That's really
A
nice.
couple
It's good for
years
you.
ago, I was kind of in the opposite place, but I survived on spite until I could want to push forward. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah. And for
Yeah.
mostly for my kids.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Because,
makes sense.
if anything happened to me, he would get the last word on me, and I don't fucking want that. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. That's cool. Yeah.
Yep. I'm like, nope, that's not gonna happen. Spicy it is.
Yeah. No, you're being staunch. You're being vigilant. With that.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's great.
Absolutely. Yep. I was very naive to toxic behaviors when
Sure.
I was a young
I can
adult.
understand that. I can be naive too.
Yeah. I grew up in a small town, and then moved to a smaller town, and then back to the medium town, and then didn't really go to a major city even to live until like mid-20s or so.
Yeah, same. I didn't go into
So,
Boston until 20. Yeah, 20. I was
yeah.
I was living in Massachusetts, but it was more of a town.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I lived in Kelowna, BC for a while, and it was really, really nice in
What's
the
that?
Okanagan. Um, it's kind of
What's
there's
Kelowna,
a
BC? What's that?
Kelowna, BC. So
Yeah.
there's like, it's kind of in the southern area where there's like lots of mountains and desert, and there's like a big giant lake in the middle. Um, and so it's like a really warm place. It's like gets up to uh like regularly 40 degrees in the summer
Hmm.
Celsius. I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
100ish. I don't know, really hot.
Wow. Oh man, yeah, that's
Really
pretty
hot,
hot.
and then I don't want to do the math right now.
No, it's okay. Totally cool.
Like in the
Uh,
winter, it'd only get like just below freezing for a couple weeks,
hmm.
kind of thing. And we had
Yeah.
green grass in January. It was really
That's
nice.
yeah.
I
Yep.
miss that place. The produce there was just great, and there
Oh
was like
yeah.
farm stands
That's
everywhere.
cool. Yeah.
Then
Fresh
the market
fruit, fresh
crashed in
vegetables.
2008,
Yep.
and my well, now ex-husband was doing his plumbing apprenticeship, and there was like no jobs there because of it. So he moved to Alberta where there was jobs. So we've been here since then. We thought we were going to be here for like 2 years. Now it's been since 2008.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you get a feeling of stability, and it's kind of what happens.
Yeah. And now I'm not going to bother moving until my kids are 18. So.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Good plan.
Yeah. Not going to bother with that. And I found a great community here.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, it seems like you took care of your mental health and took care of your life in a way where you can be happy.
More or less. Nice. I wish there was more therapy involved, but
yeah, okay. You think
the money.
Money, of course.
Money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I need lots of dental stuff too right now, but money, and I'm on a wait list, which is long.
Sure. Yeah, money is always an issue. Yeah, but
absolutely.
Well, yeah. What can I say? I need therapy too. It's probably one of the reasons I talk online here. Just to talk.
Yeah,
that's one of the reasons. It's nice because I never do. I talk to my wife. That's about it. And I've told her like this is very therapeutic to just talk online with some people like-minded.
Yeah, absolutely.
It helps me a lot. Yeah.
I like how there's so many of us in this community that may not all come from the same place, but we have some of the same like shared experiences.
Yep. I like that. Yeah. It's showing us like you and me talking right now on this screen is literally a portal. It's like it's a literal portal. Like I'm talking here in Florida and you're over there and where are you from again? I'm sorry.
Edmonton.
Edmonton. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. Even though we've seen this now for 10 years or whatever. But it's still mind-blowing.
It is.
And,
really
we get to see people's lives. We get to communicate to strangers. And it's a spiritual effect.
Absolutely.
Like a very spiritual effect. Because we're communicating with our feelings and our opinions, more mental expression rather than physical expression, at least from my end.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
absolutely cool. It is.
Hey, Bo Beats,
I really enjoy it. Sorry, what?
Bo Beats, sorry. Bo Beats came on in.
Hi.
How are you? Nice to have you here.
Yes. Oh, cool.
Cool. Sorry I cut you off there, and you were going to say something interesting. Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I thought I was cutting you off.
No, I was like, "Hey, Bo Beats," and like while in the middle of saying something.
What was I gonna say? Shit.
Hey, the Warriors.
Oh man.
Don't worry about it. Hey,
yeah.
I can understand. So whatever comes to mind.
So yeah, one thing we can't do here in Edmonton is chalk, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Our local city government really didn't like it when people were chalking outside of like provincial representatives' offices.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they were getting like vandalism charges and stuff like that. So what I did is I painted a few rocks and I left them around. I mean, that was kind of like a whatever thing.
But no, that's neat. You know what? Somebody will see that effort.
Yeah.
Somebody who has a like-minded kind of person.
Yeah.
And can perceive that, particularly empaths, and they'll be like, oh, they'll see the craftiness and they'll see it. And it's a message. It's a quality message because it's so unique.
I really should, once everything melts, I got to go around and find some more rocks. I just walked around downtown finding rocks and loading them into my backpack. And I'm like, I'm taking them from downtown. I'm going to put them back in downtown. It's fine.
What do you write on it?
Well, I had it up on my stream, on my channel. I'm just going to pull it up for myself so I can see it.
Fluffer, thank you.
Let's see. I had them. They're all painted in like the yellow, red, and blue.
Okay.
And they're saying things like Scientology is a cult, and
Okay.
yeah, let's see. And now I posted some pictures of it, but it's like a while ago now. It's winter.
You know, would you say, because from your perspective and other people's perspectives, thank you, Fluffer. Thank you. Yeah, I'm getting better.
Oh, hi, Fluffer.
Thank you. Let me think it through. Would you? Let me see. Would it be a true thing to say? And I think I know the answer to this, but I just want to legally look at it.
Yeah.
Um, Scientology abuses children sexually. Like, is that a true statement that it can be used as protest, or is it like a legal, hey, that's not true and the blah, blah, blah? You know what I'm trying to say?
That is so hard to say because it's not like they're
Because I could say, we can
they're
say, look what
actively
happened.
not discouraging it and making it not happen.
And we have record
And
of it
they're
happening.
covering it up.
Yeah,
So it's
we
not like
have. Because,
they're enablers for sure.
what?
They're enablers for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Found to cover up as it. Yeah, absolutely. Like,
Yeah, that's a
but
true
yeah,
fact,
the
right?
doing the legal wording, that is another question, right?
Yeah, it is, right? Like
Mhm.
I could say to somebody, and I can use all the stories we have,
Mhm.
and I could say to somebody, Scientology sexually abuses children.
Mhm.
And you know what? And they'll say, what do you mean? And, might be a few people who've molested. No, no, no. Sexual abuse is also, DOA pointed this out for me. Was it
Mhm.
DOA? It may have been DOA. At least I heard it first from him, was
Yeah.
that, and I've heard it from other auditors too, not just him. But I
Mhm.
just remember hearing it from him, and he was like, um, you're putting children to audit adults
Mhm.
and talk about, like, sorry for my profanity, talk about anal sex and
Yeah.
this and that and this and that. And
Mhm.
you'd having kids do that is it's so out there, man.
It
It's so far gone in real
that itself
society.
is abuse of them, I believe. That in itself is abusing the kids.
It is. That's
Yeah.
sexually
That
abusing.
is sexual abuse.
Yeah,
Yep.
and they do it all the time.
Yep. So
And that's
yeah, I'd
why,
say that they do sexually abuse kids. Yep.
right?
Mhm.
And, and so if I were to say that to somebody, they go, "What are you talking about?" And I could say that.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
could easily
sorry.
point that out.
Apparently I have a call from my
What's that?
delivery. I don't know if
Oh,
you
okay.
heard that. I think I have a delivery.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool. Yep, no
one
problem.
sec.
Yep. Hey, thanks for hanging out, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yep, was a delivery.
Very nice.
I have an app on my phone that they ring from the door. So
Oh, that's cool.
it was popping up over the screen. And I was just like, get it out of here.
Well, the reason I brought that up was because
Mhm.
if I'm a stranger
Yeah.
and I'm walking down the street and I see this colorful rock like an Easter egg under a bush,
Mhm.
colorful, I picked that up, and it's got a picture on it. Maybe make the Scientology cross with an X. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
what you do. But something aesthetic, something that actually goes well. And it says in
Yeah.
the back, Scientology sexually abuses children. That's a
Yeah.
lot of fucking words to put in a rock, but I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
That, to me, would show somebody who doesn't really know and go, damn. And they're going to look it up. If it's eaten away, it's a seed.
Whoops.
It's
Yep.
okay. It's a seed, and they're going to go look it up. And they're going to see all of our stories, all of the people who've suffered from that in Scientology. And I just think like people need to see, paint pens. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
There we go.
Thanks, Fluffer. And you have,
So here, these are some of the
oh,
rocks
those
that
are
I did.
gorgeous. Yeah, you got some color. You got some pop to those. And they're like Easter eggs. You hide them under places, but places where Scientologists aren't going to find them.
Yeah, so I had like LRH is a convicted felon, SPTV.space, kids
That's
can't
cool.
consent. Yeah,
Nice.
things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You know what, though? What's funny is, I'm going to just be honest.
Yeah.
I think when you hear, if you have it where you have the word Scientology on it.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
Definitely.
And a really brilliant idea. I think you did. That's such a great job. I think it's really good. Creativity. Hey, man, that's awesome. It's so
Oh, thank
unique.
you.
So unique. And you can hide them in the town somewhere away
Yep.
from the Scientology org and
Mm-hmm.
hide them,
Exactly.
like Easter eggs, and somebody's going to pick it up.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're going to say, oh, shit. I think it's beautiful. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Yep, definitely.
And anyone
Oh,
else who wants to do that.
I love you, Fluffer. I gotta get some paint pens because I was just using my kid's one that was almost out. And then just trying with a little brush. Yeah, I gotta
Yeah,
get more supplies for sure.
sure. Oh, man. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. It's gonna be such a gorgeous day here. It's like sunshiny and above zero.
Nice.
That's the
So,
bar right now, above zero.
yeah, above zero. Yeah.
Yeah. Which for us is freezing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
Yeah.
So, you have any other thoughts about? Because I'm talking to somebody who's never been in,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to talk to more people who've never been in.
Mm-hmm.
I was in for 10 plus years, living in on staff. It was a really part of my life. It was like going to like a boot camp, but I don't know. It was very difficult. And
I imagine.
you're listening to somebody who's never been in and finding out right now, it's interesting to see it in that new perspective, like with a little bit more detail, though. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can tell me some of your more like deeper thoughts about it, if you feel like it, about what Scientology is to you.
Yeah.
What you see as a true crime person, and how do you see what's going on? If that's
It
interesting.
seems to me like what it feels like to me emotionally, like from an empath's perspective, is like a black hole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That is just trying to drain people of their money, their energy, their light.
Isn't that amazing? Because it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is,
That
and
spark.
it's
Yeah.
darkness. It's evil.
Yeah,
Now
absolutely.
I gotta tell you something about a post that Breaking Scientology did today.
I've been loving their posts. I didn't check today though.
Today was great. I shared it on my, on my page and whatever, my channel.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought about even. even being on staff and exposed for so many years, it's like I never thought that David Miscavige is probably answering to somebody else.
Hmm.
And that post really
Hmm.
simply showed it. And it's coming from a person who breaking Scientology is very into true crime, very into
Mhm.
investigation, you know,
Yes.
and
I've
I
been
think it's
really
pretty,
enjoying their series on the e-meters.
yeah, damn, I gotta
Mhm.
watch that. Whoops, I
Yeah.
just kicked the camera. So she even has the name, and I find that amazing. Like she has
Really?
the name of the this. I don't know what she called him, like the CEO of religious spiritual technology.
Okay.
Yeah, it owns all the copyrights of Scientology, everything.
Oh, right.
So David
Yes.
Miscavige is using Scientology, but that whoever's in charge of SCT or whatever it is,
Yeah.
um, could say you can't. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? No, I've been watching like
Right.
I've been. This is creepy. Like it's getting somewhere now. Here's somebody in the shadows we never really seen or looked at, and she
Mhm.
gave a name for it. It was very interesting. I almost want to see the history of those people who
Mhm.
were in that position in the past above
Yeah.
Miss Cap.
Huh.
I don't know if I'm getting it wrong. I might be,
Yeah.
but I do think what she said was correct. Um, and they never talk about it. Of course, he's the guy in the shadows, right?
Bellin? Is that who you're talking about?
I don't know. I don't remember the name, but it was in the
I
post.
sorry, I just pulled it up. It's like not
Cool.
even CST owns the mine trap and uses airtight legal control to make sure no one can turn off the machine, not even Miscavige, if Bellin doesn't allow it. Is the
Right.
end. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. I never
That
really
is.
looked at that. So a spotlight just got put on this position and person.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
it's Claire. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that was Claire's proof. Really? I think Claire was right under
Oh.
Miscavige. Claire was right under Miscavige, from what I understand.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't need to debate about it or anything, but I don't think she was above Miscavige ever. Maybe I'm confused.
Hmm.
But the thing is, who is that person?
Yeah. No, that is a
And
great question.
are you ready for this? Like, hey man, I've been watching Squid Game. I love season one. Season one
Mhm.
was phenomenal.
Mhm.
But it says, look how dark people are. Like the ultra rich that exist today, the few trillionaires, like the shit that happens. That shit's real, man. They do that
I
to
mean,
some
that's
degree. To some degree, it might not have to be so violent, but they do.
mhm.
They get together,
Well, I
and
mean, Squid Game was he says it's not, but it kind of is clearly based on some historic things that happening
yeah,
in
I can
South
believe that.
Korea.
Yeah, I can believe
Um,
that. Yeah, you're right.
if you ever want to look into it,
In South
Rotten
Korea,
Mango, she's a true crime person. She does
who?
very easy to digest.
What's her name?
Um, Rotten Mango.
Okay, I'll check that out. Yeah,
She has a series about the Squid Games and the home for boys in Korea, where a lot of how there was a lot of children that were sent to like America to be adopted and stuff.
yeah.
There were lots of them were from there,
Oh,
and they
wow.
had pretty much like a detention center, like kind of Squid Game esque, but without the games.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, the ultra rich are rich isn't even a word anymore for them. The trillionaires, like these guys run the show.
Oh yeah.
And who is this guy above David Miscavige? Are they doing child trafficking? Does he have the lines? Does he have the communication lines to the
Mhm.
underground shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I really
And
kind of am worried about, not worried, but I kind of sniff that. It's like they won't
honestly,
stop. Yeah.
there's a lot of some. I've been reading a lot and listening to a lot of people's experiences who have been trafficked, um,
Oh, that's a
like
good thing. I
in
never
SA
have.
circles.
Wow,
And
wow. Yeah, I never have.
there's big circles in Europe. There's circles in the US. There's circles everywhere, and it's all like top level people, and that's freaking
Yep,
scary.
it is. It's
That is
all from the
terrifying.
top. It's all from the
Yeah.
top. And I
Hmm.
know the gangs make their money from doing that now too.
Like all the Diddy stuff. Like I'm sure that's just
Yeah,
tied into the
yeah.
circles,
That looks
right?
like that's a form of Squid Game. You know, they
Hmm.
all the ultra rich get together and they do their thing.
Yeah.
And it's they do whatever they want. Do as thou wilt. It was Aleister Crowley's famous saying.
Yep.
The devil worshiper, the guy who thought he was the beast.
You know
You
what's
know.
interesting? I was watching a little like documentary about him, and then
Oh,
I
cool.
had a nightmare the next
Oh,
night
wow, wow.
about him and about this place that was there, and I was in there, and it was like really scary. And I was like, "Holy shit! I
Damn,
need to just get out of here now."
damn. It is wild, man.
Hmm.
Yeah. From all I know about Aleister Crowley, I think that's all I needed to know was that Hubbard fucking loved him, dude. He infatuated with him.
Almost as much as he loved Jack Parsons.
Yeah, yeah, for real. But he admired and like was like, wow, I want to be Aleister Crowley. And
Yeah.
dude, I'm just saying, when the guy died, long story, a lot of details missing, but when the guy died, Hubbard said, I'm taking over as the Antichrist because Aleister Crowley said he was the Antichrist. I don't believe that, but
Who took
you
over
got
for
these
Hubbard?
lunatics, you got these people who are just so fucked up,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
Aleister Crowley killed children, he raped children, he did all these crazy fucking evil things.
Yeah.
He did a lot of dark magic, and he believed in it,
Hmm.
as did Parsons. They all believed in
Hmm.
that dark magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did some dark shit that I wish we could know. Like, I wish the details were there just to expose the truth. But, like,
Yeah.
how dark were they really? Not just the
Yeah.
sentence of, yeah, they did dark magic together. Like,
Hmm.
okay, what did they do to the victims? Did they brutally attack them or did they kill them or like what?
Yeah.
And those details exist. Only God knows, It's like, um, well, maybe there's somebody out there who does know. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh man.
Interesting.
Yeah, like that whole area of stuff is so heavy, but it's so important to expose.
I think so.
That's why I watch it. Like, sure, I don't like watching and knowing about that stuff, but it's important that these stories get heard and get out there.
Especially if you got a family member who gets sucked in. It's scary.
I mean, I think that's one of the reasons why, like, why this hit me so hard, honestly, is because my mom was an SA victim from her dad, as well
I'm
as
sorry.
others in the family, and even in my dad's sisters and stuff. And so, yeah, that's always something that I felt very strongly about. So once I heard like Serge's story and
Oh
Jamie
yeah,
Maxwell's story and Lara with her dad, and every just all of it,
yeah. Liz Ferris, dude. Oof.
it just hits
She's.
me in that autistic spot that rages against injustice.
Oh wow,
It
wow.
really hits me there, and
I didn't.
honestly,
I
my
didn't
tears
realize.
are welling up, but because I'm so angry at that,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah. And I think that's justified.
Yeah.
You know, and the way you're handling it by protesting is like it's awesome. It's
Yeah.
really awesome.
Yeah, and I want to help lift up other protesters and
Me too. Me too.
lift up people who are exposing shit and really calling shit out
Yeah, and
as what it is, facts,
and good-hearted and good-hearted. I
good-hearted.
mean, if they're protesting, they should be good-hearted.
Hmm.
Kind of should
I
go with
mean,
it.
I'll give anybody a chance, but
Yeah, of
if
course, of course.
once you lose my respect, whatever. I'll just turn my attention otherwhere and just not give you my energy.
I've learned to do that. That
Yeah,
is the way to do it for me.
absolutely. So
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And also we're in a community filled with people on Earth. This encompasses the whole globe, meaning
Hmm.
we can talk to anybody. You're in Canada, I'm in Florida. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You could be somewhere else talking just as clear.
Yep.
So that's the problem. I get into details and I forget what the fuck I'm talking about.
Isn't that the truth?
Oh man, I get into detail. I'm like, oh shit, what was that? It's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, because like until I heard some of the stories, it was just like, oh, Scientology, that's pretty weird. This is
Mm.
interesting. But then I heard the stories and I was like, oh, fuck no.
Yeah, that's
Right?
cool. No, I'm
Yeah.
glad that had an effect on a person who's never been in.
Yeah.
Because I always wondered how are the public. I call you public. I'm so sorry. That's a Scientology term. The shit's still in there. It's fucked. It's
It
mostly
is.
gone. It's mostly
Yeah.
gone, but like the words and terminology is all there.
Yeah. Well, it's like a
Um,
second language, right?
yeah, it is. It
Or a
really is.
dialect.
I could talk Scientologies with anybody.
Yeah.
You know? And hey, Rika,
Mm.
what's up? It's so good to
Oh,
have you, Rika. Woohoo!
oh, hey. I think that chat is a little behind or something on mine.
Oh yeah.
It just needs to refresh a little. Oh,
Oh, Ricky, it's all cool. Thanks. You're awesome.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming here. I appreciate it.
Oh, so one thought I had. It's a different subject, but I didn't know you were on the spectrum. That's good to know.
Mm,
It's
yeah.
nice. Yeah, nice to know.
ADHD.
Okay. Yep.
Autistic-ish.
Yep.
Chronic
I
pain.
understand.
Yeah.
What was the last thing you said?
Chronic pain.
Oh, I'm so
Ehlers-Danlos
sorry.
syndrome. Rika has
Okay.
that too, so she knows. Or they
Okay.
know. Sorry. My apologies. They know.
Okay.
I try to correct myself and then say it a few times to reinforce it in my mind.
Wow. Well, you're
Yeah.
you're
It's
strong. Yeah, you're strong. That's good.
well, what else, what other choice do I have?
Yeah. No, I know.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you're overcoming,
Yeah.
and that's good. That's really nice. You can be in a depressive state like I get into and just can't do shit, or
Yeah.
um, I, you know, I admire those who have to suffer through pain. Like my wife suffers through great pain, unfortunately, but she's a trooper.
Yeah.
She handles it pretty damn well. Um, but yeah, she has like 4 autoimmune diseases, and
Mhm.
she has uh, myeloma.
Mhm.
No, what is it called? The cancer. Oh my god.
Melanoma?
No,
No.
I can't believe I'm forgetting it.
Yeah.
It has to do with the blood. It's cancer in the blood,
Oh, okay. Okay.
and
Mm.
maybe it is myeloma. I'm being stupid right now.
I don't know all the
Yeah,
words.
she'll
Yeah.
tell me when she sees this.
You forgot.
Yeah, I know shit. Like, it's been a long time though since it's been an issue.
Yeah.
It's
That's
being
good though.
fine. Yeah, she's not
Yeah.
in trouble with it yet. It's
Yeah.
causing her
That's
some
good.
discomfort, but no treatment yet, which is excellent. No need for
Mhm.
treatment.
That's good. That's very good. Yeah, that's something I have a lot of worry about myself because my grandma had leukemia. My
Yeah.
grandpa, well, it wasn't a blood grandpa, but he passed away from cancer also.
Okay.
Um, my dad had cancer in his shoulder. It was like in the shoulder muscle. So it wasn't
Oh,
like really bad. And he's fine now. He's been cancer free for many years. Um, and then my mom passed away from multiple cancers,
wow.
lung, liver, brain, like it was everywhere. Um, but also an auntie on my dad's side had MS and cancer. So I'm like,
Yeah, right. Right. I hear
mhm,
you. Well, is
yeah.
it going to skip your generation and go to the next? I don't know. But,
Mm.
you've done your testings and all that. Like you have it regularly scheduled.
Yeah,
You
I
should.
got, yeah,
When it's time, you should get tested, whatever. Um,
yeah,
if you care to.
yeah. I have like a small cyst right here that I'm
Yeah,
getting, keep an eye on, and
that's
nothing
good.
looks bad yet. But
That's good. Yeah, keep your eye on that. And you know what? I'm
yeah.
worried too. It's
No,
I'm
all
worried
that
about
to me makes me like feel like, wow, that's a lot. And my doctor's like, oh, that's fine. I'm like, what?
right.
Maybe it's because the specific types or something. Like I don't know, but to me, it sounds like a lot.
Yeah, yeah. It's alerting. Yeah, it's alarming. Yeah, I
Yeah,
would say. Um,
yeah.
I'm kind of anxious about my mental state in the future.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother had dementia,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then my uncle from her son, he had.
Yeah.
I think nobody diagnosed him, but he was either very artistic or he was schizophrenic.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good guy, but he was weird in some
Yeah.
ways, like me.
Yeah.
So it's like then my father has Parkinson's and he has
Mm-hmm.
severe depression and anxiety and all that.
Yeah.
And then I find out what I got, and my sister's got stuff,
Yeah.
mental issues, and it's like, is that going to happen to me? You know,
Mm-hmm.
who's going to get the dementia or Parkinson's
Yeah.
or and
Yeah.
my uncle who did have schizophrenia, I think he died
Mm-hmm.
of dementia,
Yeah.
and it's like, wow. So it is it's definitely
A
in my
lot.
family line. So I'm like, and here I am,
Mm-hmm.
schizoaffective. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So
My
what am I
brother
going to
is
look forward
also.
to? I tell my wife jokingly, I go, if I ever get that bad, put me in front of a nice TV with my favorite shit, whatever it is, whatever
Yeah.
catches my attention, and just give me a big bag of weed and says, no,
Absolutely. Yeah.
have a have a tray filled with joints, and it says, "Take me" or "Take one." And, and I just kind of like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm like, oh, okay. I
Yeah.
just watched something I like.
Honestly, that was
Hopefully it's that easy.
the last time I got to spend some time with my mom before she passed, was actually a lot like that.
Yep.
I came to visit her, and the series Outlander had just come out on DVD on.
Yep.
So we were watching that because she got me into that, and like smoking, going out for lots of smokes because cancer patient.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
Yeah.
had
No, for real.
a
For real.
lot, and
Yeah.
she had a lot of her husband would
It
make
really does.
like Rick Simpson oil for her too, so she could use
Yeah.
like topically and orally and everything.
Wow. Wow.
But it was a really good time just hanging out with her and just getting the munchies and
Yeah.
watching good
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah. Exactly.
It was so sweet. I
Yeah.
really, really cherish that. And that just reminded me of it. Like just, oh yeah, let's take one, just smoke.
That's cool. Hey, that's cool. I know, right? Just a tray, nice looking. That's all
Right?
you got to do, man. And I'll
Yeah.
just be like, take one. Okay. Just
Mm.
good. If there's something awesome on TV, whatever it's going to be, something I like, and
Yeah,
whatever. That would be hilarious.
absolutely.
That's all I need.
She left to go on like a little mini vacation the next day, and I was gonna fly back home, and she left me like, she's like, "Oh, roll a joint for yourself before you leave or whatever." So I'm like, okay, but then she took all the regular papers with her and left all just the oil soaked ones. So I was like,
Oh, wow.
okay, and oh my god,
Wow.
it
Yeah,
was
dude. No shit.
damn. I think that was one of the highest I've ever been, but that was great.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a it is a medicine for me, and I don't
Hmm.
want to make justifications. Like
No,
it helps
absolutely.
me with my anxiety big time, and it
Me
helps
too.
me with my depression big time.
Hmm.
And it does have some negative effects. I'm not going to
Hmm.
say it makes me 100% like able and
It's
perfect. No,
it's
I
not just
actually get
inert,
right.
right?
It makes
Yeah.
me it allows me to handle those things
Hmm.
and give me peace of mind at times.
Yeah.
And to me, that's medicine.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
if I don't have it, okay, I can deal with it. I'd rather have it, but I can deal.
Hmm.
What is cool about cannabis is that it's not physically addicting. It can be very mentally addicting,
Hmm. Yeah.
and that I've seen that. I've experienced that
Oh
for my,
yeah.
and so that's a relief, and it feels good. Like I've known just not that long ago, I had to be without it for a while, and I was like, I could
Hmm.
handle it. It was
Yeah.
difficult, but I could.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
it wasn't like an alcohol thing or a cigarette thing, and yeah,
Honestly, I kind of hate breaks because I found it. I've always dealt with insomnia since I was a kid. Like it's been very hard for me to get to sleep at night
yeah,
because my mind just goes and goes and goes. But for me, it just helps me like calm my brain down so I can get to sleep well. And when I don't have that,
that's
then
a
I
good
get
one
such
too.
crap sleep. But
Nighttime is a big one for me. If I had to do any
yeah,
time, I would do nighttime. If I
yeah,
could only do it once a day,
yeah.
and night for sure, because it does calm my mind out. It's perfect
Hmm.
for sleep. It
Yeah,
is. I
definitely.
don't suffer from insomnia. My wife does though,
Oh yeah,
hardcore.
yeah. Uh, my insomnia got better. Actually, I was diagnosed with sleep apnea too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I haven't had a machine since 2020 because mine went into recall, and then there was a shortage,
Mm,
and when you're poor and rely on donated ones, that's
yeah. Right.
yeah. So I got a period of a couple of years where I got really, really good sleep, and I felt like I wasn't insomniac at all. But when I was uh when I had small kids and or pregnant, I felt like I was almost getting like narcoleptic. Like, and I was
Wow.
talking with my doctor about it, and they're like, "Yeah, it's kind of close, but I don't think so."
Wow.
So,
So,
yeah.
I'm going to get some more coffee. Are you okay with chatting more? How do you
Yeah,
feel?
sure. I'm
Okay,
I'm
that's
pretty
cool.
good. We can go for a little bit more.
I'm going to get some more
My
coffee, okay?
coffee's getting low. Absolutely. So hi everybody who's here in the chat still. Rika and Fluffer. Fluffer, you going on you're going on with Tilty soon, right? Or is it just me and Rika and the Holy Rogue here now? Cool. Yeah. Um, Even when I was a kid, it was so hard to get to sleep, and I'd just end up reading books until I'd fall asleep. Or just keep reading books until I was like, oh no, it's 2 in the morning. I need to close my eyes or something. I've always been a really big reader. I say I spent my childhood dissociating into books probably more than I should have, but that was my escape, uh, you know. So it is what it is. I got into Stephen King when I was in like grade 4, grade 5. I have quite a big collection, but not a lot of their newer ones. Um, yeah, yeah, I figured they're probably getting ready for their live. Usually I go over and enjoy their painting lives. I really, really like them. Uh, is such a nice environment to break down the insanity of, LRH's BS. I really enjoy like seeing, especially the one that Fluffer's been doing lately with the dots, the circles. I really like that one. It looks so cool. And then all the sparkly things that Tilty's been making. Oh my god, they are just like to die for. I adore sparkles so much. And speaking of which, another look at Tilty's wonderful work here. A little bit of glare, sorry, but which way does my camera go? That way. Integrity should be more than a smoke screen. Ooh, I could show you my snake. My snaky baby. She's in the corner right now. I don't know if you can see her. Hi, baby. Hi, Lilith. Hi, girly. What are you doing? I think she sees her reflection a little bit on the glass. She's just, doing stuff. Hi, baby girl. What you doing? Here in the corner. That way. Hi, baby. Hey, little girl.
Hey,
Hey.
I had to get a peanut butter sandwich.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
I do love peanut butter.
Oh, it's so good.
It's a great snack.
Mm-hmm. I was just showing off my snake a little bit. She's kind of hiding in the corner.
Oh, nice.
See, right there with her head poking up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. What's her name?
Lilith.
Oh, good. That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's a corn snake and she's just a little sweetie.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought I'd bring over my friend because we were talking about getting high and stuff.
Oh, damn. Look at that.
I have the Dundee Award. Dundee
I can't
Award.
see anything. It's such a small window. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Dundee Award, Doobie Pothead Stoner of the Year. It's from The Office.
That is so cool. I've seen
Right?
up to season 6. I don't remember that, but
I
love The
love it
Office.
that I have my very own Dundee.
That's gorgeous, man. That's like really funny.
Yeah.
Really funny.
My ex-partner's like my ex-girlfriend's daughter got it for us.
Mm-hmm.
It was the three of us adults like living together, and then she got each of us one.
Mm.
One got the assistant manager award, and the other one got the don't go in there after me in the bathroom award. And I got the pothead stoner of the year.
Awesome.
Here, I will go like.
I have a really dumb thing I was just going to say. Like, you ever have a peanut butter sandwich with coffee? It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
For something like coffee with peanut butter matches for me.
Yeah.
Some people don't think so, but I think it's great.
I think it's great. Pretty much, I just love coffee. It's like,
Me too.
I love you.
I know. So, Rika, I'm going to read what you said here. She said,
size of my head.
I'm writing T's list of people's lives cut short due to Scientology. I wrote all the names on the cloth that I hope they're hoping to wear. Oh, you're going to wear it? I like that. I really like that idea of putting all the names on a sweatshirt. It might cost some money to get it all laid out, all over the hood, all over the names, and like that's a great idea, Rika.
Oh my gosh, you're so fast right now.
And then, excuse me. And then, oh, nice. Is that white? Is that a white snake?
Yeah, she's a
Ah,
snowcorn.
that's gorgeous.
So she's got no melanin.
Wow. Very nice.
And she goes.
Hmm.
She's a cutie.
Now, Rika, you don't have anyone to go with? You know, I figured if, all right, let's just for fun. I was talking about that sweatshirt, and imagine like a white hoodie
Yeah,
with all the names on it
yeah.
everywhere, the hood everywhere, and um, you could have something that says something that
Hmm.
explains to people what it is, or
Yeah,
how about this? It could say, "Pick a name."
yeah,
It just says, "Pick a name," and then somebody might pick a name, or you ask somebody pick a name, and when they do, point to one, tell what happened.
yeah,
Like if
yeah.
somebody puts on the points to Liz Ferris, tell her what happened.
Yeah.
Interaction.
That
People
would.
need to see the amount of people
Yeah. Hmm.
um, that
We're
have been
so
harmed.
trying to do the cord and snake treadmill here.
Ooh, wow,
We
that's
get them
cool.
going in like a little figure eight pattern so they can just keep going and going and going and going.
And unlocking a new character. Sorry, Rika's comment is hilarious. Um, wow, that is going to be
Oh.
good. That's going to be really nice to watch. Wow.
Ooh, I'm excited.
What time you'd say? Oh, noon Pacific. Got it.
Mm. Hmm. Very cool.
That is very cool. I will probably be at work, but I'll definitely watch it. Do you have any questions about Scientology that you really never knew that you want to kind of ask somebody who's been on staff like me?
Hmm. Um.
I know a lot of your questions have been answered already, but
Yeah. Yeah. I always forget things as soon as like I'm put on spots.
it's all good. Me
I
too.
might have some questions at some point.
Yeah, yeah. If you think of
Yeah.
something, feel free.
Hi. Oh man. Oh.
So I've been going through some shit. Like, I made a video yesterday about it,
Yeah.
and what's difficult about mental illness for me, because we have to understand. I'm saying this very generally, but it's a mental disability.
Hmm.
I see also the other side of the coin, how it can benefit you, and we have to. I know how those on the spectrum and those with schizophrenia can be great artists. It's true,
Hmm.
but there's the other side where I get frozen up. I'm not productive like I should be,
Hmm.
um, and I feel like I'm holding things back. And people look at me like you shouldn't be doing that, or you don't need to be that anxious, or I don't know. That goes through my head. My family is really nice, like they understand, but
Yeah.
I just feel like inside their head they're thinking that. And it's tough to go through because you feel like guilty, or you feel like,
Yeah.
uh, you know, and I rationalize it and I say, well, it is who I am, and I go through this stuff.
Yeah.
If I can help myself, I will, without putting other things in danger.
Yeah. Hmm.
You know, but define danger, right? Like putting other things in danger. Sometimes, I don't know. Small things can be in danger,
Yeah.
like confidence in somebody's confidence in you.
Hmm.
Or how somebody thinks about you. I go
Yeah.
through that.
I have a lot of you call it rejection sensitive dysphoria. Like every
Explain
little
that.
subtle,
Can you explain that?
yeah, like every like little subtle, like it's like almost even subtle rejection that isn't even actually rejection. It feels like rejection.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost
Um,
like when you're walking down a hallway and you hear laughter behind you, and you
mhm.
think it's you.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, it kind of feels like
Or
that.
like, or if somebody, like deliberately excludes me, then it feels like my heart's breaking,
Sure.
like a breakup kind of heartbreaking kind of
Oh,
feel.
no,
But
that's
yeah, it's hard.
it is
And
hard. It
I've
is.
dealt with it a lot. I've
Mhm.
been working on it to get it to affect me less and trigger me less over the years.
That's cool. How'd you? Yeah, if you want to answer that,
Yeah.
how did you do that?
Well,
It
it was
might be
really
tough to
hard.
answer.
No, it's
Yeah.
okay. It's really hard because being a child of an addict and alcoholic kind of
Um,
predisposed me to having some of this kind of thing.
yeah,
Um, and
yeah,
that's why. So always that wanting to please others and make myself small and unnoticeable as possible, you know,
yeah.
and
That's what I do too.
please
No,
don't perceive me,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then if
yeah.
anything happens that I'm like anxious about, then I feel it even more. Um, and like
Yep.
the judgment, I call it Sauron's eye of judgment.
So,
It's like the eye.
you know what? I don't. Tell me about it. What is the hive? What is Sauron's?
Sorry, from
Explain.
Lord of the Rings. Did
Oh,
you?
dude, of course.
Yeah,
Boy,
yeah.
of
From
course.
the big eye that sees
Yep,
sees through
yep.
right through
Yeah,
you.
I know, right? It's
That's what I
great.
call Sauron's eye of judgment when I'm having those feelings.
You know what? That's actually really funny. That's a good analogy. That's a good way to look at it humorously.
Yeah, I try to put as much humor in things as I can, and I usually have a lot of dark humor because, well, just dealing
Yep.
with shit over the years. Yep, that's
Yeah,
how it
yeah.
goes.
Hmm. Well, Rika has something cool here. She says,
Mm.
"Could I pay a scientist to listen to me? If they only make 47 a week,
Mhm.
another 20 might sound good, no? And I know not all of them are staff, many are public. I think it's a great idea. However, just remember they're very loyal and they do know they fear they will get caught in the future because of the e-meter.
Mhm.
However, if they're never on the e-meter, they're they might just do it, and be willing to lose that money because they might just keep it and not really do anything. I don't know. Just be willing to lose that money,
Yeah.
which is sad, but you got to be willing to play that game. Now the staff don't make $47 a week. Sea Org make $47 a week. If you're at an org, if you're at a new ideal org, those are staff members, and they can make less than that. I've made, was it back in the 90s or 2000s? I made as little as $0 and regularly like $20.
Mhm.
It was rare to get $50 or even higher. It was rare, and you had to fucking live like that.
Yeah.
With another job. So my point is, Rika, I think it's a really cool idea. Um, I would say work on the approach and how you do it. Because I think, anyway, yeah, I would
Mhm.
say mull on it, and see how you could refine it and do it.
Yeah.
Or just be natural. I don't know. My mind would say, how would I do it? How would I approach somebody? But hey, if you
Yeah.
feel you just want to go spontaneous and do it, that's cool. Whatever. I think it's an awesome idea. So, Rika also says,
Oh.
I over exaggerate myself in people's lives, meaning I tend to think people are my friend, but they consider me an acquaintance. Ah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've had that too, and it could hurt too when they just kind of show that, like, don't get so
Yeah.
close. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen that. I've dealt with that in my past mostly, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that shaped me to my mentality now where I stay away from that.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons why I withdraw myself too. Like,
Yeah.
do you guys have an issue with uh, I have it all the time, and it's what's it called? It's not regret. It's you cringe at yourself, cringing at yourself. Like, I hate it. I'll look back at my actions or my past, and I'll just be
Mm.
like, that looks
Yeah.
stupid. I feel stupid about that.
Yeah.
Is it true? I don't know. It might just be my head. But maybe I did say something stupid or do something stupid. And
Oh, I've said my fair share of stupid things.
yeah, Rika, right? Yeah. It's just good to talk with other people with the same spectrum. It's really nice. Yeah.
Once I actually ruined things
Yeah.
as a 5-year-old.
Oh, okay.
Uh, uh, well, I told you about what kind of happened in my mom's side of the family, that there was SA. And so at some point, like my mom had took her dad to court and nobody ended up standing up with her. So it got
Hmm.
thrown out or whatever. He
Hmm.
didn't get charged. Um, so then they disowned her at that point. They disconnected from her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they actually like went as far as to like black out her name and cook in books and stuff like that. Like it was
Wow.
bad.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
and so then, yeah, uh, crap. I just lost lost the thread.
Oh man,
Okay,
it's all good,
so
man.
uh,
Uh,
damn it.
I just thought of a cool bar name or a coffee shop. It'd be something called the Lost Thread.
Great.
Uh,
Oh, um,
so I want to see what Rika here says. She says, especially when I was drinking a lot, thinking it helps
oh,
hide my autism. Oh my god, yeah. I couldn't have been more wrong. Oof.
I remembered.
Oh
So,
man.
so my mom was disconnected from her family, and then eventually they all kind of wanted to get together to talk about it, to kind of work through some stuff and like figure stuff out as a family, to be able to at least open communication again.
Yeah.
And so they set up this thing where they're all meeting at this lake, this campground thing, a nice neutral location. And my dad prepared me by telling me not to be ever alone with my grandpa, you know,
Oh
and
wow. How old were
um,
you?
5, 4 or 5, something like that. Yeah.
Dang.
Um, and so we got there with mom, and she's doing introductions. And hi, okay, Nikki, this is grandma, this is grandpa, and I'm like, oh, are you the grandpa that does bad touches?
Oh
And it
shit.
totally derailed the whole thing. They didn't
Oh
talk about it for another
shit.
decade.
Damn. Do you remember, like, that's serious?
I don't remember it.
Wow. Hey, I didn't get it. Wow. That's that should be in a movie. I like that's
Mm-hmm.
it's a good scene. It's a funny scene. Now
It
it is.
it really is. Like
Yeah.
it's funny, but not funny, but
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. You live through it. Here you are
Oh,
today. Oh shit.
my mouth has got me in trouble a lot. That was just the beginning.
Oh man. I've been trying to curb my manics when I get at work or wherever, and I start
Hmm.
talking about something that's really into it. I get deep with people, and they're not used to that. Like,
That info dumping.
yeah, not yeah, info dumping, but even like, what do you think about this? You know, like conspiracies or whatever, and
Mhm.
stuff to think about.
Right.
And it's funny, I might go too deep with some people, and I not know it, and
Yeah.
then later realize it and go, "Oh, I'm so embarrassed," you know.
You're like, wait, this got awkward.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely been there a lot.
Yeah.
Oh God.
When I found out about my condition,
Hmm.
and I I say I was 46, but to be honest, I really need to double check. It was I think around 2019.
Oh yeah.
Nonetheless, um, I didn't know nothing about it. And
Hmm.
I didn't know what schizoaffective was until I studied it like crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this shit answers questions. Like, imagine being in your 40s, finding out
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
going, wow, okay. And you're indoctrinated with Scientology in your 20s and early 30s, thinking that's the answer. It's just
Yeah.
my reactive mind or bullshit. And
Yeah.
I had my whole weird story of leaving. And
Hmm.
yeah,
Oh
I,
man.
what was I saying? Shit, I don't know. I
Yeah,
can't.
about kind of figuring out your
Yeah,
what it was.
so I've learned like this community is great because it says, hey man, we're like you as well, or we accept you. It's totally cool. We get
Hmm.
it. And in life, it's not always like that. And
Hmm.
obviously, so um, I had to like we have to talk about the dark stuff too, and only if you're willing to. Like for example, like there's some when I see autistic people, when I see people like me, I gravitate towards them and I appreciate them. I see their talents and I see all their abilities, you know. And
Hmm.
when I got diagnosed and when I studied it all, I realized I'm oblivious to a lot of shit. Like I
Hmm.
realized obliviousness is taking place because how come I never saw it, or how come I don't see the problems I create sometimes? And I
Hmm.
had to like study. Wow, there is an obliviousness. And
Hmm.
for example, um, honest question. I feel kind of stupid asking it, but um, you
Yeah.
take a person who has Down syndrome,
Hmm.
and God bless their soul, and you know, you take a person with Down syndrome. Do they know they're in Down syndrome? You know,
Probably not.
like are they oblivious to their condition and they just think this is life? And that might
Hmm.
be just like me and just like other people. Like
Hmm.
we're oblivious to certain things, or we don't
Okay,
operate.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's a
Makes sense.
weird thought, but
No,
I
that's a
had to
good
look at
point.
that. Yeah, I had to look at that obliviousness. Like, wow, what am I oblivious of? Because I'll ask my wife. I go, how crazy am I? You know, she'll give me. You know, I'll joke about it, but you know, I want to know if I'm doing
Hmm.
something rational or not. Like, what am I being
Yeah.
oblivious about?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just think it's a good thing to look at.
Yeah.
Um, I think some of the things I was oblivious about that I'm not now is um, the details of my condition, what triggers me,
Yeah. Hmm.
and also knowing when to just let my condition take place.
Hmm.
because it is what it is, and
Yeah.
it's not a reform. Like, you got to be normal.
Yeah. You don't have
You
to
got to
fight it
be
all the
you
time.
got to be this way.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean you can't hold memories, or you can't confront certain shit, or blah blah blah?
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that. Well, yes, I can. That's just who I am. It
Yeah.
may change, but it's been like this my whole life.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that helps me learning to what I was oblivious to. I'm sure there's more shit too that I'm oblivious to.
Absolutely.
I think what I'm oblivious to, it's sad, is when I do get a manic, or when I do
Mm-hmm.
get that depression at that moment. I'll know when I am after it's already started,
Yeah.
for the most part. Like, I'll catch myself and go, "Oh shit, I've been talking this guy's ear off with like dark conspiracy shit. I should
Yeah.
probably tone it down."
Yeah.
That's an obliviousness kind of example of, like, I didn't catch it before it happened. And
Yeah.
what's going to happen. That is what it is. Like, when I talk to autistic people, like my stepson,
Yep.
um, I don't have this quality, I don't think, of where I have that high info
Mm-hmm.
loading, like you said.
Yep.
Um, but he has it. Is he oblivious to it? Does he know he has it in doing that? Or is he like, that's just nature? That's just nature. And the way I see it, it's just nature. That's
I
how
think
he always
I
does
think
it.
it's so. It's more nature. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
There's an obliviousness though. Like, he doesn't
mm-hmm.
see that it's a problem. He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't, it's not a problem, by the way. To me, it's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And he hates it.
Like societal norm
Yeah.
problem is what you
Right.
mean, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I like to just think about that stuff in details.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's been funny because some things that I know that I do, I sometimes can feel myself getting annoyed in other people when they do it more intensely.
Oh,
Especially like when I get somebody on a spectrum and they are info dumping really hard about something, but
oh,
it's
I'll
not
get
like
agitated.
the not that the information is bad or inappropriate or anything, but like the situation is a bit inappropriate.
Oh, okay. Like, where it
And
is, or where.
yeah, like a family gathering and it's kind of somber and you want to talk my ear off about Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Like
No, I
and
get
about
that.
the
Yeah.
fine details about it and debate fine details about it. I'm like, I'm not into
Oh,
that.
see, that to me,
Hmm.
little I know, but I'm thinking that's obliviousness to the person with a
Yeah,
condition,
yeah,
and that's their
exactly.
nature. And those who have mental health awareness, who are not on a spectrum,
Hmm.
you have something we don't. You do have stuff we don't, and your patience and your understanding helps a lot.
Hmm.
Like, if you're living with
Absolutely.
anyone autistic and they're driving you crazy, that's not everybody. It's
Hmm.
not everyone, but just try to learn about it more, and understand that they may be just oblivious to what it is
Absolutely.
they're doing. And if you to tell them, you have to do it in a real nice, cool way,
Yep.
because if your human nature is criticized just by the way you talk, it's going to be very
Hmm.
depressing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like whatever I'm feeling, like I try to be very, you know, very human and like nice and
Yeah.
positive when I'm responding, no matter what I'm feeling inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I know it's
because
something we
yeah,
go through. Yeah, it's true.
yeah,
But then I say, I know what's happening, and I'll tend to
yeah,
just say, all right, I'll go, and I can manic
hmm,
too.
yeah.
Let's manic together. All right, that's a cool subject. All right, let's talk
it
about.
it is kind of cool when you can like match somebody's energy in
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah, it is. It's unique.
Hmm.
I like that. When you can
Yeah,
get together two people on the spectrum and they find friendship, it's
yeah.
awesome. It really is.
I just want to go back because Rika said that she did a similar thing as me in high school. Knee surgery, morphine. Man in my dad's church later arrested, Chomo. He came over while I was high, and I called him a pedo and said, "Get out of our house."
Wow, dude, Rika, wow.
You go, girl. You go. Like,
Damn.
yeah,
I'm so
beautiful.
fortunate. Like, I'm so fortunate when I meet
Hmm.
all you people out in YouTube, all you good people, and I'm like, I maybe I'm oblivious to the bad stuff that happened to me, but I just see I had a good house, I had a good yard, I had toys. Not
Hmm.
everything, you know. I wasn't a spoiled brat, but
Hmm.
well, we grew up middle class
Yeah,
in the '80s. Middle class in the '80s was, you know, financially fine,
yeah.
and I I don't know. I always feel like I've been taken care of,
Hmm.
not in not in for granted, not for
Yeah.
granted. Like I do thank the Lord. I do think we're created. However, I'm not Christian like that.
Hmm.
I'm not Catholic or anything.
Yeah.
Um, however, I do thank the people who have helped me, and I think it's important for anybody who loves God to love those, acknowledge those who have helped you.
Hmm.
A lot of times I'd see, I shouldn't say a lot of times, that's more a figure of speech, but you know, you have that thing where people thank God for something
Yeah.
and never fucking acknowledge the person who did the work.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, like, and it happens a lot. And I think that
Yeah. That's true.
just be mindful of the people who are actually doing the work. Thank the Lord that
Hmm.
they're in your life doing that and had the concept of helping you and having a drive to help you,
Hmm.
you know, have or tolerating you, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just felt like saying that.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. No, I very much tend to gravitate towards more neurodivergent people. I have like a diverse range of people. Like I know people that I'm friends with who are bipolar, who have BPD, who
Yep.
ADHD, different levels of autism and disabilities.
Well,
I
man,
mean,
they're
my
the best
my
people,
my
man.
eldest
I'm like,
sister,
oh,
she's bipolar.
yep.
My second eldest sister, she was the first kid born with spina bifida, hydrocephalus, cleft lip and palate. Um, my other brother, he has learning disabilities, like grade 5 reading level, but he's succeeding in life. My
Wow.
other brother with ADHD, and then my brother who is ADHD and also, but recently diagnosed schizoaffective,
Wow,
depressive.
really?
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
wow. So
Yeah.
there is some, you have some
There's quite
understanding.
the
Yeah,
range.
that's really good. It's really,
I
no,
fit
it's
right
really,
in.
really good knowledge that you have. And
Yeah.
it is what it is. So might as well just,
Right.
hey, let me learn all about it. Let me understand it. And
Hmm.
let me make some harmony out of it, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. I find like in learning more about these things, I'm learning to have more grace for other people and more grace for
Yeah,
myself in that too. For those
that's a good
things
way to
that we
say
can't
it.
help that are just how we are. And
That's a good way to say it. Give yourself grace.
hmm,
My
yeah.
sister said that to me the other day, and I'm like, I don't know. You know, I'm like, I'm not doing enough. I'm all locked up, and I can't really do shit.
Hmm.
You know, and you know, and she says you should give yourself some grace. You're a good human being, and I was like, that's nice of her to say. But again, I feel pity, you know, and I feel just smaller,
Yeah.
and I shouldn't do that though. I shouldn't do that. It's something
Hmm.
I have to get over.
Yeah. Because I've been learning a lot about being kind to yourself.
Yeah,
I've never been habitually kind to myself, and I'm finding that it's definitely helping a little bit with my mental health and like
that's
just
nice.
making the effort to.
You know, you touched something there because I don't take um, care of myself
Hmm.
more on the physical side.
Hmm.
Meaning, like, I just, you know, normal Joe. You know, it's like
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of clothes. I don't want a lot of clothes. You
Mhm.
know, my work clothes are just really simple.
Mhm.
It's really like minimal when it
Yeah.
comes to the physical stuff. And I know like I could exercise. I should be exercising. I'll be 50 next month.
Mhm.
And you know, these things kick in when you think about them and you're in the age that you're at.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I'm not doing it. Like I need to go for walks and do what I think is going to help me, my body,
Mhm.
my health. Mentally, I'm taking care of myself, but
Yeah.
in my own way. You know, does somebody else see it as destructive? I don't think so, but maybe.
Mhm.
I don't think marijuana is that bad. And I when I
Oh
have
my
tried,
God, drug addicts, marijuana,
oh, give me a
reefer
break.
madness. I don't know. I get kind of sick of people who are like, "Oh my God, Laura's a druggie because she smokes weed." Like,
Ooh,
fuck off.
I would love to smoke a joint with her, you know, and then
I
give the rest of the
know,
story.
right?
That'd be fucking
That'd be
great.
great.
I just those people
Jinx.
who, yeah, it's funny. It
Yeah.
is funny. Hey, maybe one day, right? Maybe one
No,
day.
I really want to go see her. She plans to come up here sometime to do some music. So I sent her
Oh,
a couple
nice.
venues that have possibility.
There you go. There you
Yeah,
go. Shit. Yeah, who saw
I
her the
know.
other time?
Because
The other
honestly, I'm
time,
not seeing going into the States anytime soon as a possibility.
yeah, I know the states are
Yeah.
fucked up.
I'm too
Oh,
gay. I'm like light brown. I'm not like super brown, but I am Métis. You know, I'm like, eh,
what's
just not worth
AT?
it. Métis.
Métis.
ME. Yeah.
Okay.
Cree and Scottish.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm Scottish, Irish,
Yeah.
a little bit English,
But like
Portuguese. Portuguese. I've got Portuguese.
English, Scottish, Cree, and Polish are the biggest ones for me, I think.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It,
Um,
it's wild. Like, let me ask you this: How much?
mhm.
I don't know if you want to talk about it. If you don't, it's cool. It's a little political. Hey,
Okay.
Tilty. Oh,
Hey,
awesome.
hey, are you live right now? And you're just coming to say hi? Did you go live? They were going to go live at some point and do their art.
Oh, yeah,
Guilty
that's
and
right.
Fluffer. Yeah.
Mm.
You're the treasure. You.
Yeah,
You.
for real. Yeah.
Okay, but sorry, you're going to ask me.
Okay, it's political.
That's
Oh, enough
okay.
for another
I'm fine
20
with
minutes.
that.
That's cool, Tilty. All right.
Cool.
So, um, tell me if this question's too strong. I don't know
Mhm.
if it triggers or what. I'm oblivious, honestly. I think. Do you think we're? It's yeah. Anyway, do you think we're headed towards World War III? If you
It
don't want
has
to answer it, that's
big,
cool.
unfortunate possibilities, I
I know.
think.
I
I'm
know. Why did I
think
bring that
this
up? I don't know. I just
uh,
think about it.
it it's something that's
Hey,
on a lot of
I got a
people's
post.
minds. It's big in the energy of the world right now because there's so much going on, like unrest and upheaval.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Um,
like,
there's a
yeah.
lot of change going on, a lot of discomfort. I see the
Hmm.
AI system being set in. I see
Hmm.
it is being set in.
Oh
I
yeah.
got my stepson calling me. One moment.
Yeah.
I got to go pick up my stepson from work.
Okay. All
So,
right.
unfortunately, I got to end it off. We got a couple minutes here, but
Yeah. Hey, we
yeah,
can
he's
continue a part two another time.
oh man, absolutely, it's been great. It's been great.
Hmm.
All right, I brought up kind of an ugly subject at the end. I'm sorry,
Guilty.
but it's hold on now. It's a thing that we're all thinking about. Want to
Hmm.
escape as well.
Yeah.
And I just see what I bring that up is because I see them building the structure of the one world government. I really do.
Absolutely.
And you
Hmm.
have to have destruction for construction, you know, and it's pretty wild. Yeah,
Like,
Tilty, I've got to.
Yeah. The
I've got
one
a
world
stepson.
government thing, that is such an interesting topic. Like,
Oh, it's right here.
if it was good and positive, that'd be great. But if it's negative, it just fucks everything over,
It
right?
is
Like,
negative, though. It is
yeah,
negative because Elon Musk has the Neuralink. He's the main man
yeah,
regarding
that
keeping the
scares
brain.
me.
He might be using it. He might be using internet in his brain now. Who knows? It sounds crazy to
Honestly,
me, but who
I've
knows?
had my suspicions with his weird eye rolls. Is he connecting to Wi-Fi? Like,
Hey, hang on, okay? I actually have to end off because they're calling me like crazy.
okay,
So
all right,
let's end off, and you guys are
okay,
awesome.
all right,
We'll catch up again.
all right.
Thank
Will
you.
do.
Thank
Bye.
you, everybody.
Thank you.